Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Inside the Big Dynasty League. Episode 5? Week 4
Episode 5
of the season. With me again after a brief absence is the stat man, Petey Cunningham. And with me, as always, the commish, Clyde Randall Waters. What a crazy week this week, guys.
Wild week
Man.
in the Big Dynasty League.
Crazy.
We had some surprising upsets.
Whoa, crazy.
It blew the roof off my doors, as
Yes.
I've heard on the other podcasts. Anyway, let's, we alright?
Yeah.
Okay. Yours is the only chair on wheels.
I know.
It's scary sometimes.
Notice my chair sits lower than your guys'.
It's because you're below us.
Oh.
Anyway, let's start off this week by looking at last week's matchup of the week!
Matchup of the week!
This week, or last week, we featured as the matchup of the week, Wayne Enterprises versus Victoria's Secret. Statman, why don't you break down this match? Because we didn't get to hear any words from you last week.
I am honored to break down this matchup. I am honored to be a part of the matchup of the week. And just like normal, big players make big plays. Wayne Enterprises gets the win in the matchup of the week. Really helped that Ben Roethlisberger, the rapist, was out for injury. So that really helped. Eli Manning still comes in, subs in, Victoria's Secret gets 24 points, but it just wasn't enough. This was actually a really close matchup up until the end. Adrian Peterson broke a 48-yard touchdown run near the end of that game to help Wayne Enterprises get the win. She had Jason Witten going on Sunday night, but she had Brandon Weeden throwing to Jason Witten. You can't expect that much when Brandon Weeden's your quarterback. So, yeah, both teams max 84% efficiency. Both teams could have been a little bit better, but Wayne Enterprises gets the win.
One thing I gotta ask about this matchup. So after the game, your press conference, you made a comment. You said, "We're not going to rest on our laurels."
What is a laurel?
What is that? What does that mean? What provoked you to say this as your words of wisdom at your press conference?
Glad you were paying attention to the press conference. Very few people do. Glad you were paying attention, though.
That's what the commish does.
Yes. We're not going to rest on our laurels, meaning Wayne Enterprises has had 2 really good seasons in the Big Dynasty League. 4-2 this year, good start, but we're hungry.
Oh.
Wayne Enterprises once more. So
I'm
rest on
hungry,
your laurels.
too. We did this before dinner this week. Is
I
this
thought
after?
this was a comment about your lady friend.
This is in no
It's
reference.
It's her name, not Laurel.
Her name is not Laurel. I wouldn't rest on her either. No, that would be...
So you wouldn't rest on your laurels if you had multiple girlfriends named Laurel. Or
No.
you wouldn't rest on what you've done in the past.
No.
Okay.
Forget about the last year's runner-up. Forget about number 1 seed the first year of the Big Dynasty League. No. It's time to win it all. It's boom or bust for Wayne Enterprises.
Boom or bust.
First place or it's a disappointing year.
I believe a famous person named Ricky Bobby once said, if you're not first, you're last. And oddly enough, the Ricky Bobby team is trying to make that expression very true, because he's definitely not first.
They're definitely not first.
Anyway, continue talking about this game for me, please.
That's really about it. Wayne Enterprises jumps to a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah. Neither team had that good of a week, but last week, teams just exploded in points. This week, all across the Big Dynasty League, points were down. 109 gets the win for Wayne Enterprises. That probably doesn't win most weeks, unless they're playing Ricky Bobby team. Or Wolfgang United, apparently. But it was enough to get the win over a previous champion in this league, Victoria's Secret, who is now dropped to 2-4.
2-4.
I'm not saying it's panic button time for Victoria's Secret. Long year to go, but you got to wonder. This is a team that's been highly successful the first 2 years in the Big Dynasty League. Has time run out for Victoria's Secret?
Is having a baby too distracting for fantasy football?
I don't know. I don't have any children.
We may be figuring that out.
Okay. Next up, we got Calvin who?
Calvin who?
Who? Versus the current champs, San Francisco 69ers. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a sex joke. Statman, what happened in this one?
Wow. Upset City in this matchup. Did not see this one coming. San Francisco 69ers, defending champ, started the year with a bang. Comes out with less than 100 points in this matchup, though.
Man.
Crazy. Calvin Who busts out for 141. Really, the worst performance on Calvin Who was 7 points by Latavius Murray. 8 of the 10 players in double digits. That's a recipe for success right there. That'll get you wins in the Big Dynasty League. Calvin Who's team, Todd Gurley, looks really, really good for St. Louis Rams. He had 18 points. Andy Dalton, year of his life so far this NFL season. Andy Dalton, pedestrian week though, 20 points, but overall, top to bottom, Calvin Who, very good performance.
Yeah, and 69ers, I mean, it's probably not a good idea to play a defense against the Bengals, it appears. Minus 10 points from their defense. Now, Statman, you're the math man. I got to say, minus 10 did not help him.
I've heard that negative points in the Big Dynasty League does not get you wins.
0 points.
0 points. 1-0 player is a win. But negative points,
no.
Not good. Not
All
good.
right. Commission, anything to comment on this one?
Arian Foster's back for the Niners, and not anything amazing in this week. Just 4.5 points, but you got to wonder, a couple weeks from now, will Arian Foster be back into full prime Arian Foster mode, helping the Niners maintain a top spot in this league?
We shall see. Or will Arian Foster do what he does for me when I own him? Get hurt again and be useless.
That seems to be his track record.
I think that's likely.
I think it is. I've been burned by that bridge more than once.
How many times can you tear a groin and continue to play football?
Well, I've teared a few groins in my day.
Really?
But I've never played football.
Were you resting your laurels at that time?
I was not resting my laurels.
Okay.
One thing that did not help the 69ers was Marshawn Lynch was out. Don't think that would have made up the 46-point difference. But Marshawn Lynch is back this week, but going against the Bengals defense.
Do we know the last time the Niners didn't score over 100 points?
We don't know.
I don't know. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Look at this photograph!
Next up, we got Hernandez Piss Offense versus Los Pandas Desnudo.
Woo!
Man.
All right, and moving on.
Do we want to talk about this or just...
Pandas! Were you just
Did I
double up?
Did I start a full roster?
Were you double up?
Did I start a full... Hey, you got room to talk, Mr. Call was quadrupled up.
Hey, that was last week. What have you done for me lately?
Where's the D?
Where is the D? Did I not start a
You
D?
didn't start the full lineup.
What?
You don't even have a D.
I swear I started a D.
You had 6 points of defense sitting on your bench and you didn't start a defense.
Where's my defense?
Commish.
If you would have just started a defense, you wouldn't have gotten discounted double up.
Where is it at?
Did it really throw you off this much that the game started at 9:30? Considering you don't have any players from Miami or the Jets, so it's not like it mattered that game existed.
So
I didn't even think
I
it
will
was.
say this: I did make a change this week. I decided to try to use the app instead of using the website. I've learned my lesson.
I use the app every week.
I don't know. I learned my lesson.
All right, yeah, it's,
Yeah, 7.
it's a poor man that blames the tools, not him. Moving on, we got the
I
Bird.
will say, without a defense, I still scored more points than you did last week.
That's true. That's true. I was going for a record,
Ouch.
lowest regular season
And
points.
you didn't even achieve that. Well, I guess you achieved regular.
Lowest
Regular
regular
season.
season. That's what I was going for. I wasn't going for playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Fernandez Fist offense, by the way, lone undefeated team left in the Big Dynasty League. This team just keeps chugging along. Just
Chugging.
48 points combined from their tight ends. You're not going to see that amongst any other teams in the Big Dynasty League.
Yeah. But Kobe Fleener, really?
It's Matt Hasselbeck. He had the old man throw into him. Moving on, Cincinnati Bourbon Barons
coming back this week
against
with
the
another
FCS
victory.
Kickers. Bourbon Barons gets the win with a negative player.
With a negative player, yes. Trey Mason, not the best game of his career.
No. But even with the negative player, Phil Rivers 30 points, Vincent Jackson. These receivers have been around a while, scoring big points this year. Big day for Vincent Jackson.
Yeah. The Scarlet F
I came in like a Derek Carr.
versus F. Hoff.
F off.
F. Hoff with another win and another week to keep his name.
F off, tearing it up, is on a tear in the Big Dynasty League. 149 points. I believe he was the high scorer this week. Every player in double-digit points except for Jordan Cameron. The Dolphins are just a train wreck right now, so you can't really expect much there.
Yeah.
But great performance. Jerry Maclin even caught some passes from Alex Smith. Big week for F-Off.
All right. In the last game of this week, we had the Ricky Bobby team versus Wolfgang United. We like to call this a pillow fight, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams under 90 points.
There is so much to unpack in this matchup.
It's almost as if they worked hard to not do well. Now, Statman, before we break this game down completely, I want to ask you a question. Ricky Bobby took a bold strategy, and it worked for them this week. They started a quarterback that wasn't playing, a wide receiver that did not have their quarterback to throw to them, and a defense that got negative points. And somehow he still pulled off a win over Wolfgang United, who all of his players scored points.
Every player for Wolfgang United was positive in points. Wolfgang United had 4 players that combined for negative points. That almost seems impossible. Not only that,
He did.
Ricky Bobby team, 97.5 efficiency. Highest by far efficiency this week. So, great roster management skills. Potential points.
Hold on. Is it management skills when you're playing the only players you have to play?
I mean, I didn't score 97.5 efficiency this week.
Last week you had a 99, I think.
I think that is correct.
But still, I mean, 97.5% efficiency and only scored 88 points. That's going to be a rough recipe going forward for the Ricky Bobby team. It's time to make some trades or pick up some waiver wire, my friend.
Total points, starters and bench combined for the Ricky Bobby team was 89.2 points. Every player on his team combined. I think Ricky Bobby team needs to do a little roster overhaul, but not until after week 9.
All right, so Kamish, real quick, let's take a look at the standings for the two divisions, if you could, please. Let's take a look at Division, what is it, 1A?
1A.
Division 1A.
Now, who we got going on in here, Kamish?
Well, leading the division, we have Hernandez Pistol Offense, the only undefeated team left in the league, sitting at a big 6-0. Followed by the Niners and yours truly, Los Panas Desnudos.
The commish.
That's right. Then we got the rest of the pack. The Barons, Who, and Kickers. They're milling down there in this 2-4 area.
All right, and the Andy Dufresne, is that it?
The
other
Andy Dufresne division. Get busy living, get busy dying.
In this division, I came in like a Monte ball. Hold on.
I came in
like a Derek Carr.
I came in like a Derek
Formerly known as I came in like a Monte ball.
Presently known as the Scarlet
Pepper. Hold on. We got a tribute to show for this team. Let's throw this up. Bam!
Oh!
I came in like a Derek Carr. Hold on. I came in like a Derek Carr. Yes. Let's throw these stats back up here. Yeah, they're sitting 5-1, top of the division.
Tearing it up.
That lost this week. Little setback, but still on top. The Wayne Enterprises hot on their heels here. 4-2, a 3-game winning streak, like we said.
Not resting on my laurels.
Not resting. Then we have F. Hoff, 3-3. Victoria's Secret, 2-4. And Ricky Bobby and Wolfgang fighting it out to be last in this league.
Both at 1-5. Ricky Bobby team gets his first win of the year last week.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our awards of the week. First award, as it is the first award every week, is the Hershey's Milk Dud of the Week. Goes to that player that just gets stuck in your teeth. Should be great, but just was bad, terrible, and awful. This week, the award goes to none other than Julio Jones of the Scarlet, currently known as that, formerly known as I came in like a Monte Ball, and then I came in like a Derek Carr. That's a long thing there. Statman, how did Julio Jones get this award?
Julio Jones got this award because he has been tearing it up this year. Over 26 points in all 3 matchups, and then this week comes out 4 catches, 38 yards for 7.8 points. A lot higher than most of our Hershey's Milk Dud winners.
Yes, that's why I was shocked.
But compared to what he's been doing, terrible week for Julio Jones. And there really was nobody else that just wanted this award this week.
That's true. So, with Julio sucking up this week, did Roddy White even make a difference? Did he get any points? Is Roddy White dead?
I think Roddy White is alive because I saw him catch a pass.
Okay.
But
that's a point.
So he got 8 points. I think he's up to like 2 points for the season.
Yeah. He had one really good week.
Yeah.
I think.
Leonard Hankerson, though.
Leonard Hankerson?
He took all Julio's.
Julio!
And Devontae Freeman.
Yes.
With like 37 points again. I mean, I don't know what's going on there.
Devontae Freeman has helped me in many of other leagues. But not this league, because I don't have him. Next up, we got the Ram Pickup of the Week. This goes to the free agent pickup that was just super strong and rough and tough. Like a Ram built by Ram.
Built by Ram, sold by Ram.
Marketed by Ram.
All Ram.
By humans.
All the time.
This week, Commish, who's getting this one?
This one goes out, surprisingly, to Gary Barnidge.
Gary Barnidge is probably the only award he ever gets anywhere in his life.
Tight end for none other than the Cleveland Browns. I've done nothing but hear about Gary Barnidge for the last 4 weeks at my work because, sadly, I work at a place that has a lot of Cleveland Brown fans.
Sounds awful.
It is vile. It is disgusting.
My condolences.
I have to bond with a Detroit Lions fan just to get away from all the Brown suckiness.
Wow.
Anyways, Gary Barnidge, some people say he's the real deal. I say it's a fluke, but this week he's the pickup of the week. Good job, Acid Kickers, for seeing some virtue in a man with the last name Barnidge.
Very true.
He needed a couple other good pickups, though, to get him the win, because he lost by like 25 points. It was a bad week for the Acid Kickers.
All right, next up, we got the Burger King Whopper Whoopin' Award. Goes out to the biggest whoopin' laid down by anyone. Brought to you by Burger King's new A1 Dark Whopper. It has a black bun for Halloween, because apparently people like Halloween.
I like black buns, and I cannot lie.
Did you hear the controversy going on with those buns?
The contravesty?
Yes.
No.
People are pooping green.
Oh! Black buns make you poop green.
Did we lose our Big Mac sponsorship after our snafu last week?
Yes, my ranting about McDonald's incompetence cost us.
And Burger King stepped in.
Burger King stepped up and said, you know what? They're not incompetent. I'll get you a large Coke. We call it a king size because you're a king, sir. You help run that show.
It is the Dynasty League.
Yeah.
We are kings.
Exactly.
Thank you, Burger King, for stepping up.
Way to go, Burger King.
Somebody's got to do it.
This one is going to Hernandez Pistol Office for their discount double up, brought to you by State Farm and Aaron Rodgers against Los Pandas Desnudo. We've already discussed this somewhat,
I
but I'd
think-
like to talk about it more because he really liked to talk about how bad I did last week.
I think it's actually Los Pandas as Nudos because there was no D.
Ah, no D, yes.
Los Pandas as Nudos
Nudo.
this week.
There was no D.
That's amazing right there.
Yeah, you gotta, hey,
Oh,
let it be stat, man.
Oh,
No close shave of the week this week. Ricky Bobby and Wolfgang tried to suck their way into it, but they just couldn't. They couldn't even get within 2 points of each other.
Not enough negative points
Yes.
for the Ricky Bobby team.
We've lost the commish. Come back to us, sir. Come back.
and
Come
we're back.
All right. All right. Next award we have is the Resurrected Team of the Week, brought to you by Lazarus Department Stores. Commish. Who's this going to?
This one's going to the Bourbon Barons after their awful week last week.
The record-setting.
Their record-setting week.
It was a record-setting week.
The discount almost quadrupled up week. They came back and had a win. Got a win
That's right. Victory.
to get their second win of the season.
Hey. All things start small and get bigger. That's a famous saying. It's like the journey. 2 steps or 1 step starts. A long journey. Said somebody.
I think
You can't win them all. You can't win the rest of them unless you win the next one.
There you go. Hey,
I think she was lying to you, Mike.
the poopery poo team of the week. Brought to you by Poopery. Hey, if you're taking a dump at work and don't want everyone to know, use Poopery. When you're doing your tinker stinker, use Poopery
And this-
to get rid of the stinker.
And just to clear this up, this sounds like a joke. This stuff actually works. We don't advertise BS stuff here on the
No,
Inside
this is
the Dynasty
100%.
League.
Lazarus
This
Department
works.
Stores, baby.
March 16th, 2016, coming back, baby.
All right. Next, that goes out to Los Pandas Desnudo, you poopy.
We're aware.
There's really nothing else we can say about Los Pandas as Nudos here. We got to move on.
Now at the proactive breakout player of the week. Remember, if you're breaking out, use proactive to get rid of that acne so you can get the ladies like the Stamp Man. This one's going out to that same guy who we don't know who he is. Gary
Barnage.
Gary Barnage, 2 awards. Huge.
This might be the most recognition that a person from Cleveland has ever had.
He should be on our show.
He should.
We're
be.
giving him awards.
He should be.
There's no reason we couldn't achieve that. Speaking of guests,
Is he on Twitter?
we are working on getting some more guests. We got to do some more interviews.
Yes.
We don't have an interview this week, but we're going to start interviewing everyone in the league again. And we may have a lead. I've been DMing him on Twitter. A person named Matthew Berry, who I've been told is quite famous in the world of fantasy football.
I've heard the name.
We are trying to book him for an interview. Word on the street is he might be working on a sequel to his Fantasy Life book. And this is pretty crazy. Not quite Tattoo League crazy, but we have a weekly TV show dedicated to the league.
Did you hear you might have a TV show deal for a Fantasy Life TV show?
I did. I heard, unfortunately, the pilot was filmed, but it wasn't picked up by Fox. If you're not picked up by Fox, I don't know who the hell's going to pick you up.
No.
Netflix.
Netflix, maybe TBS. I don't know.
Maybe the big Dynasty League network should pick it up.
That's true. We didn't announce the network, but way to let the cat out of the bag on that one.
Wow.
We're working on 24-hour round-the-clock programming about
Just ruin our random segment.
about the big Dynasty League. So prepared to have to do a lot more work. Anyway, so let's take a look at this week's matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
This week, the matchup of the week is who?
The green one.
The green one.
The San
The
Francisco,
San Francisco 69ers, and yes, that is a sex joke. Versus Hernandez's pistol offense. Statman, break it down, and then tell me who you think's going to win.
We got 6-0. Hernandez postal offense against the 4-2 69ers, which are kind of reeling right now. They need to get back in it. Hernandez Pistol offense has Cam Newton on a bye, but has Drew Brees going up against the Philadelphia Eagles, so I don't anticipate much of a quarterback point drop here. 69ers. This team, overall, top to bottom, is solid, but I'm going with Hernandez's Pistol offense to keep the magic going. The tight ends, Doug Baldwin, they don't really have many receivers, so Doug Baldwin's got to catch everything. Got 2 good tight ends, Martellus Bennett, Carlos Williams. This guy has been stepping up, rookie for Buffalo. I'm going with Hernandez's Pistol offense to get the win.
Commish.
Well, all-time record between these two teams, the Niners are 2-0. All-time against Hernandez Pistol offense. Which is very surprising considering how bad the Niners were that first year of the league.
They were terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Apparently not as terrible as Hernandez's Pistol offense was.
Yes, exactly. I think the streak stays alive. I'm going Niners.
I weighed the good with the bad, and I ended up with the facts of life. And that told me to take Hernandez's Pistol offense. Next up, we have the FC Acid Kickers versus Los Pandas Desnudos. Statman, give me a couple things to look forward to in this one.
I'm going with Los Pandas Desnudos. I heard there's a trade in the works for them to get Jeremy Hill. Probably won't have a huge game this Sunday against
That defense.
the Seattle Seahawks. Cam Chancellor and all them, blah, blah, blah. They've not given up touchdown in like 18 quarters with Cam Chancellor. That is ending this weekend. Not only is that ending this weekend, that's ending in the first quarter. Because Andy Dalton is going to connect with Tyler Eifert and get a touchdown. So, anyway, back to this matchup. I'm going with Los Pandas Desnudos to get the win against FC Acid Kickers because history tells me that that's what normally happens when these two teams play.
Yes.
What is the all-time breakdown?
All-time, Los Pandas Desnudos is 5-0.
Five.
FC Acid Kickers.
And no, that's the most wins against anybody else in this league without a loss.
Yes.
I didn't check that, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
That's true. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty positive.
No one's going to know.
It's not like there's records of this stuff.
We could say you won 18-0, and they wouldn't know.
Why?
That's statistically impossible, though.
Yeah.
They would know that.
Oh. We're very trustworthy.
Anyway, I'm 5-0 against the Acid Kickers.
This year keeps rolling.
It's going to be a tough one, but I think I'm going to pull it off.
I heard that FC Acid Kickers head coach Dan had some sort of quote about this game. What was that quote that he had?
He said, "This is our watershed game."
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
What is a watershed?
Do you keep your laurels in a watershed?
What is a watershed? In television, a watershed is the point in time after which programs with adult content may be broadcast. In the same way that a watershed in British and Australian usage refers to the ridge or crest line dividing two drainage areas.
Hold on.
So how does this apply to a fantasy football matchup?
I think it's more the British Australian usage where it's like, this is our watershed. This is our peak. This is our crest between two drainage ditch. This is where they think they're going to be the best all year. And it's all downhill from here, and it's been uphill the whole other way. Or it could be that they're going to play naked this week, and so they need to make sure adult content may be broadcast. It could be either one of them.
I think this means they're going to rape them.
I'm really worried about this game.
Hold on to your butts.
Oh.
So you're going with yourself?
I'm going with myself.
Assuming the Pandas start a full lineup this week, I'm going with the Pandas.
My defense is on bye.
Everyone pick up every other defense on the waiver wire.
Pick them all up.
Pick them all up. Next up, we got Calvin. Who? Versus the Cincinnati Bourbon Barons. The first of two sibling rivalry week matches. Let's say it that way. Commish, break it down.
Oh, so this game has all the makings of a whooping and a womping for one or the other.
Yeah.
The prediction currently is Calvin who
Who?
is going to put a whooping maybe even a whopping on the Bourbon Barons.
Bourbon Barons haven't tweaked their little lineup yet.
But they are, they're going into this game. They are 2-2 all time. The record in this series. My pick though.
It's already written down, sir.
It's the Bourbon Barons.
It's written down. You cannot change it. Kamish, you abandoned me last week. Left me without you. Statman. I said Kamish again.
You say commish.
Statman. You abandoned me last week. Not even here to show up for the show because of the new lady friend, who sounds quite lovely. But
She's the doll.
who you going with?
I'm going with Calvin Hu to keep the magic going here. The Andy Dalton, AJ Green connection. Really like that. Really like the running backs. Todd Gurley breaking out. Latavius Murray. Feel like this team starting to get it going. They're going to get the win.
I'm going with myself, even though the stat man disagrees. I will think I will win this one.
You will think?
I will think, and I do think.
Okay. I will think.
And I do think. F. Hoff versus the Ricky Bobby team. I have a hard time with initials sometimes. It's difficult. Statman, break this one down. I know how much you're a big fan of the Ricky Bobby team.
Ricky Bobby team, full of potential. I just don't think it's there this week.
Potential?
Full of potential. Full of potential on the Ricky Bobby team.
What is their total bench score for the year?
They're the Ricky Bobby teams. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you did.
I brought it up.
Their total bench score for the year is -2 points. -2 points for the Ricky Bobby team.
They are the most efficient team in the league.
Most efficient team, 97% efficiency. You just take that for what it's worth. Great game manager.
Yes. Anyway, who you taking?
I'm going with F. Hoff.
Kamish?
This is another one of those matchups, 2-2 all time. I think it's a toss-up, and I think it's going to fall on F. Hoff's side.
I'm going F. Hoff as well.
I will say the Ricky Bobby team does seem to be a thorn in their side. That year one with Evan Lepage.
Yeah.
Lepage, yes, the dead
We
guy.
thought he was dead. They set their lineup 1 week and got the win over F. Hoff.
You know they hold the record for the longest losing streak, 11 straight
They
games.
do. 11 straight games.
Well, hopefully that's one that never gets broken.
Longest streak of any kind.
All right. Next up, we got Victoria's Secret versus Wolfgang United. Stat man, break it down.
I'm going with Victoria's Secret to get the win here.
Based on what?
Eli Manning to Odell Beckham. I can't remember who they're playing, but they're going to score a lot of touchdowns.
All right. Kamish.
Well, all time, Victoria's Secret is 3-1 against Wolfgang United. But I am going Wolfgang United.
Woo. Man, I'm going Victoria's Secret. I believe in your sister-in-law. I hope you can do it.
Wolfgang United just lost to the Ricky Bobby team.
They did. So they're due for a bounce back.
True. Okay. Can't argue.
It's hard to get lower.
Oh, you were lower.
I was
so you
lower.
should know.
It was hard, but I got there.
You should know.
Next up, we got the formerly known as the I came in like a Monte ball. Then they were I came in like a Derek Carr. Presently known as the Scarlet versus Wayne Enterprises. This is the second sibling rivalry game of the week. Kamish, what do you got? What do you got on your little computer there?
Well, I think this is going to be a close one. But the Pimpernels are 0-4 all time against Wayne Enterprises.
Man, you beat your sister.
But I think this year it's going to change. I say the Pimpernels, the Scarlet Ones, are going to be on top.
I'm going with I came in like a Derek Carr to get the win. Julio Jones, bad week last week. I think he's going to bounce back, go over 25 points again. When Enterprises has Adrian Peterson on a bye, that is not going to help things. Got Steve Smith out due to injury. That's not going to help either. I think Scarlet Pimpernels a.k.a. I came in like a Derek Carr. I think they get the win in this one. Get off that 0-4 Schneid against Wayne Enterprises.
Schneid?
The Schneid.
What's a Schneid?
The Schneid is something very bad.
Mm.
So you want to get off the Schneid.
Sounds
Get
itchy.
off to Schneid.
Sounds itchy.
Should we look it up?
No, not
Okay.
on the show.
All right.
We're still
We're running out of time.
I'm going with the stat man. He might not believe in himself, but I believe in him.
Thank you.
And those are our matchups for the week and the lineups. Don't forget to get your fantasy pool picks in.
Fantasy pool picks. Get them in. There's like 6 or 7 people still solidly in the running for this $50.
That's right, and I'm one of them, baby. I love money. $50 for me. We've been working on some improvements for the show. Let us know what you think. We got some new lights to help make everything look better. We actually got a green screen as well.
Yeah, we can go live.
We do. Got
Live!
it.
To Paul Brown Stadium. Or we could go live to some other random picture.
Fountain Square.
Found
There
Square.
we go.
Or we can put the logo up.
Big Dynasty
Oh!
League!
Oh, we can be live at the game. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Live at the game.
this guy here is going to
This
do
guy right-
something.
this
Right
guy right
there.
here.
Right there.
It's going to run over.
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! Caused a mistake.
Yeah.
Mike.
What happened to my body?
Mike, what's going on here?
What happened to my body?
Hold on. Let's try something real quick here.
Well, do I not have a body?
Let me switch cameras real quick. Mike.
Oh!
Oh!
Mike! You wore a green shirt
It's
to
a
the
body.
green screen set.
Oh, man.
How do we not catch this?
Not sooner, anyway.
Oh.
For the record, this was a mistake. I did not mean to
Bam.
do this.
Damn.
That is mind-blowing.
Bam!
Bam.
Body? Floating head!
It's really creepy. That's really creepy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Good luck this week.
How do we end this show?
You put up the black screen, and the music plays, and every week we do this, and I look like an idiot. Say